Texan Global School. Multiplication. 8 times table. In this class, the multiplication of whole numbers is analyzed, specifically multiplying by 8. Remember that multiplication is repeated addition. This means that multiplying implies adding one of them, the number of times of the other. Any number multiplied by 8 results in the same number eightfold. Let's see a first example. If we multiply 8 by 1, this means that we add 8 only once. Or we add 1 8 times. Therefore, 8 times 1 is 8. The model represents 8 squares in 8 rows by a column. So, we have 8 ones. Hence, we conclude that 8 times 1 is 8. If we now multiply 8 by 2, this means that we add 8 2 times. Or we add 2 8 times. Therefore, 8 times 2 is 16. The model represents 8 rows by 2 columns, thus having 16 squares or 16 ones. Hence, we conclude that 8 times 2 is 16. Now multiply 8 by 3. We add 8 3 times. Or we add 3 8 times. Therefore, 8 times 3 is 24. The model represents 8 rows by 3 columns. So we have 24 ones. Thus, we conclude that 8 times 3 is 24. Then, multiply 8 by 4. We add 8 4 times. Or we add 4 8 times. Therefore, 8 times 4 is 32. The model represents 8 rows by 4 columns. So we have 32 ones. Thus, we conclude that 8 times 4 is 32. Then, multiply 8 by 5. We add 8 5 times. Or we add 5 8 times. Therefore, 8 times 5 is 40. The model represents 8 rows by 5 columns. So we have 40 ones. Thus, we conclude that 8 times 5 is 40. Now, multiply 8 by 6. We add 8 6 times. Or we add 6 8 times. Therefore, 8 times 6 is 48. The model represents 8 rows by 6 columns. So we have 48 ones. Hence, we can conclude that 8 times 6 is 48. Now multiply 8 by 7. We add 8 7 times. Or we add 7 8 times. Therefore, 8 times 7 is 56. The model represents 8 rows by 7 columns. So, we have 56 ones. Hence, we can conclude that 8 times 7 is 56. Then, multiply 8 by 8. So, we add 8 8 times. Therefore, 8 times 8 is 64. The model represents 8 rows by 8 columns. So we have 64 ones. Thus, we conclude that 8 times 8 is 64. From this specific case, the square of a number is derived. Therefore, multiplying 8 by 8 is equivalent to 8 squared. That is, multiply the base 8, the number of times of the exponent 2. This is the reason why the model represents a square and not a rectangle as in previous cases. Now multiply 8 by 9. So, we add 8 9 times. Or we add 9 8 times. Therefore, 8 times 9 is 72. The model represents 8 rows by 9 columns. So we have 72 ones. Hence, we conclude that 8 times 9 is 72. Finally, multiply 8 by 10. We add 8 10 times. Or we add 10 8 times. Therefore, 8 times 10 is 80. The model represents 8 rows by 10 columns. So we have 80 ones. Hence, we conclude that 8 times 10 is 80. In summary, any number multiplied by 8 results in the same value eightfold. 8 times 1 is 8. 8 times 2 16. 8 times 3 24. 8 times 4 32. 8 times 5 40. 8 times 6 48. 8 times 7 56. 8 times 8 64. 8 times 9 72. 8 times 10 80. Observe the pattern in the table of how, to each result, 8 units are added. Texan Global School. Global online learning. Knowledge for the world. www.texanglobalschool.com